So this is going to be a little bit of a mindset video today, but I think it's going to be fun, and I also think it's going to be valuable because we know if we're trying to build a business online, if we're trying to be successful, if we're trying to get to the next level of life, if we're trying to do something and succeed at something that we've never done before, we know that it's 20% strategy, 80% is mentality. So let's dive into this mindset video right now. So what's going on, guys? My name is Brian Brewer. I'm a longtime affiliate marketer, full-time super affiliate, living the laptop lifestyle. And today I have a cool video for you. It's Friday for me. I don't know what day it is for you right now, but something really interesting happened to me this morning. Kind of an epiphany, if you will. And I'll let you decide at the end of this video if this is something that is extremely valuable or not. That's up to you to decide whether you're going to take value from this video. But I was compelled to share it because I thought it was quite interesting. So this morning, after we got the kids off to school, if you don't know, I have 2 children in elementary school. Of course, a wife who took them to school. But in addition to the dog and the fish tank, we also have a bunny. Now, this bunny is a little pet bunny. It's a Holland Lop, if anybody's concerned about breeds. His name is Ace. We got him for our daughter last year at Christmas time. And usually it's my habit or routine to feed the bunny. Not that my daughter doesn't take care of the bunny. Not that my daughter doesn't have responsibilities of her own. I enjoy it. I've built a little bond with this bunny, if I'm being completely honest. But anyway, this morning, as I normally do, I walk into the kitchen and I look for a little treat right before I'm going to go feed the bunny, make sure the bunny has water, and give the bunny hay and change the litter box if need be. So today it was going to be a banana. I decided to cut a little slice of banana off, and I was going to take it to Ace. And usually what I do when I get to the bunny cage, which is in our den or bar or whatever you want to call it, I'll go to the cage and I'll let the bunny out. I like to let the bunny out twice a day for as long as he wants. He spends his time in the cage, which is adequately sized if anybody out there is concerned. But once again, when I'm feeding him twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, I like to open the door, let him run around the den, get some exercise, stretch out, hop around, do all the crazy things that little bunnies do. And like I said, I let him do it for as long as he wants. So I open the cage and he races out. He's real excited to get out because that's freedom, right? And maybe you are in a position right now where you're craving that freedom. Maybe you feel like you're in a cage. Maybe it's because you're in a job you don't like. Maybe it's because you can't travel or buy the car that you want to buy because of your financial situation. And you're desperate to get out of that cage. And that's exactly the same way Ace, that bunny, is when I approach the cage. A lot of times he's fine, but when he knows the opportunity for freedom is within reach, when he sees me coming around the corner calling out, "Hey, sir, you want to eat?" I know that's really crazy that I do that, but it's fun. Kids like it. They make fun of me. That's what it's all about, right? Anyway, so when I get to this cage, he starts clawing at the cage, and he's ready to go. And as soon as I open that door, he busts out, and he tastes freedom. So what I do is in this case this morning, I took the little piece of banana, I dropped it in its cage, I took the food bowl or whatever you want to call it, I added some more food pellets to it, set it back in there, looked at the water, dumped it out, refreshed it, put it back in there, checked the hay, checked the litter box, all was good. The cage was relatively clean since I've recently cleaned it. And just about that time, our dog, who is a 72-pound black lab, gentle as can be, won't hurt a fly, comes around and wants to see what's going on because she gets a little jealous when I'm with the bunny, right? It's kind of funny to see, but so she wants to get in the business and see what's going on. Well, even though the bunny and the dog have interacted, that represents potential danger to a bunny, I would think. A 72-pound black lab sticking her nose right on top of her would to me think or represent danger, make the bunny think that it could be a dangerous situation. Also, I had just put that piece of banana, which is a special treat for Ace, into the cage. So wouldn't you know it, not more than 2 minutes later, after finally getting that freedom that little bunny so desperately wanted, he ran right back into his cage and started eating his banana. So that's about the time when he decides he's ready to go back in. That's when I close him up until the next meal period. Now, how does that relate to you, right? Have I lost my mind? That's what we're probably wondering right now. And always, it's possible that I've lost my mind, but I think there's a bigger lesson here. So if you are in that cage and you are desperate to get out, you have to be ready to do the things required of you when you get out and you start chasing that freedom. You get out into that big, scary world, which in this case, if you're watching this video, is probably related to starting a business or starting a side hustle or starting affiliate marketing or whatever it may be. But what happens here, you see, is that little banana, that sweet little treat that I put in his cage, that's the temptation, right? That's the 6-pack of beer. That's the Netflix and chill. That's the, whatever it is, the Pornhub that you're interested in. Whatever it is that is distracting you from achieving the freedom that you desire and quite frankly deserve. It could be going out and hanging out with friends. It could be online shopping. It can be any vice that, while there's nothing necessarily inherently wrong with it, it distracts you. It wastes time. It takes time away from the things you need to do to get that freedom. So that bunny, even though he had the freedom, decided the freedom's great, but that little dopamine hit, that little piece of banana is worth it. So he jumps right back into his cage. And I think a lot of us do this. And I think back to myself. When I know I need to make the video, when I know I need to create the piece of content, when I know I need to continue on with the course that I've already purchased, when I know I need to write the blog post or redo the website or launch the new website or create the new course, whatever it is, I often feel that pull of temptation, that easy dopamine, whether it's going out to dinner, whether it's watching a movie. Once again, those things are not inherently bad, but they are going to suck time away from building that thing, that business that's going to provide you the freedom and the life that you desire and deserve. You see what I'm saying here? You got to find a balance. Going out there and writing that blog post, building that business, creating that content, that's not nearly as fun in the moment as going out to dinner or watching a Netflix movie or turning on a video game or whatever it is that you do. Just like for that bunny, sitting there on that tile floor, even though it's freedom, it's outside the cage, that is not immediately as satisfying as running back in and eating that sugary banana. See what I'm saying? And just like that 72-pound Labrador who comes around and starts sniffing around and gets a little bit too close with her teeth to that bunny, okay? Even though that lab would do nothing to harm that bunny, you see? That is the perceived dangers that you see out there in life. And what you might find out, just like that Labrador, those perceived dangers might not be that dangerous. For example, when I first got started and I really wanted to put myself out there, I was deathly afraid to go on camera. As a matter of fact, when it came time to create my first video, I waited till my wife took my kids to my parents' house for the week because I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to screw up in front of them. And once they did, I set the camera up in our room and I found a little fireplace that looked like a pretty cool backdrop, and I put a little lamp behind the camera, and I hit play or record or whatever you want to call it, and I stood there like a hostage. Terrified. Terrified of what? Failure. I was afraid of something, and that fear was preventing me from just getting started. But after the fact, I realized there was nothing to be afraid of. Because guess what? Some people aren't going to like you on camera, but some people will. And that's the people you are serving. I, for one, thought my family would make fun of me or my wife would be embarrassed. Guess what? Now that I've been doing this for quite a few years, I find out when I go on live or she hears me creating a video, she thinks it's hot. My kids think it's amazing that I'm on YouTube. And obviously, I've been able to reap the rewards that come with going out there and being a creator and not just a consumer. I was afraid for absolutely no reason. And that fear and that little dopamine hit, whether it's Netflix or video games or six-pack of beer, whatever it is, that's what's bringing you back into the cage. That's what's keeping you in the cage, even though when you see the opportunity for that cage to open, you're so desperate that you're clawing at it, that you're ready to go, that you bolt out of that cage as soon as it's open. But just like that little bunny, you go back just a few minutes later. So if you really do want the freedom, the cage door is open. You just have to walk through it. Affiliate marketing is a business model that allows beginners with limited time to go out there, start a business fast, start building a brand around a product that already exists, one that you do not have to fulfill, one you don't even have to create, yet pays you a nice hefty commission. The door is open. You just have to resist the temptation of the quick fix and realize that that fear is made up. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Hopefully you enjoyed my crazy video. Happy Friday or whatever day you're watching this. If you want to get started, the fastest, easiest way that I know possible is going to be a link somewhere around this video, in the comments, in the description, wherever, depending on where you're watching it. Start there. The door is open. Don't be afraid. And don't get distracted by that quick fix trying to call you back into the cage. We'll see you soon.